Darkwing. Darkwing was a philanthropist, adventurer, and superhero who served as the protector of Midnight City alongside his sidekick Nightboy. He was also a member of the original Guardians of the Globe. Little is known about his past, including his real name. His butler, Belvedere, knew his secret identity and helped coordinate operations from Darkwing's hidden base at his estate. Although never seen outside his costume, he appeared to be a tall, well-built African-American man. His attire included a black mask, sharp cape, and pointed cowl. The suit combined dark shades of black and gray, with a design reminiscent of Golden Age Batman, but without a bat motif. As a kind-hearted and selfless individual, Darkwing consistently demonstrated a willingness to sacrifice himself for the greater good. Physically, Darkwing possessed impressive strength, capable of lifting 600 pounds under optimal conditions. He was also an expert hand-to-hand combatant, able to swiftly subdue criminals. Darkwing's arsenal included an array of gadgets, such as explosives, a hoverboard, magnetic handcuffs, and a grappling hook gun. His suit also featured extendable appendages, which could support significant weight and be controlled remotely. As a member of the Guardians of the Globe, Darkwing shared the team's skepticism towards Omni-Man, who refused to fully associate with the team. Tragically, Darkwing's career was cut short when he was betrayed and killed by his ally Omni-Man. Holly, better known as War Woman, was a corporate CEO and co-founder of the Guardians of the Globe alongside Darkwing. As the team's second-in-command, she embodied a warrior spirit akin to Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl from DC Comics. While the comics depicted her as openly lesbian in a relationship with Connie, the TV adaptation omitted this. Little is known about her past, but she hailed from the mysterious Other Realms, possibly a series of extra-dimensional worlds similar to Norse mythology's 9 realms. As the daughter of the Queen of the Other Realms, she was celebrated as their greatest warrior. Her people, seemingly immortal, aged extremely slowly or not at all after reaching adulthood. War Woman possessed superhuman abilities including flight, incredible durability, enhanced speed, and immense strength. She was skilled in ancient Greek and Roman weaponry and battle strategies, wielding a mace with unmatched proficiency. By touching a magical pendant, she could transform into her battle attire, complete with her weaponry. Despite her immense power and valor, War Woman's career was tragically cut short when she was betrayed and killed by Omni-Man, alongside the other original Guardians. The Immortal, born over 3,000 years ago as an ordinary human, gained superhuman abilities, including immortality after a life-changing accident. Over the centuries, he has lived through pivotal moments in history, serving as a Knight of King Arthur, discovering North America, fighting in the Revolutionary War, and even leading the country as Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War. Later, he became a superhero and a founding member of the original Guardians of the Globe, adopting the alias the Immortal. As a member of the Guardians of the Globe, the Immortal possesses superhuman powers, including immortality, retaining the appearance and vitality of a man in his prime, regeneration, resurrection, flight, superhuman durability, speed, stamina, and strength. He's nearly indestructible, able to survive injuries that would kill others. Though seemingly killed multiple times, including by Omni-Man, the Immortal always returned. After a tumultuous life of loss, including grieving over Dupli-Kate, he decided to retire along with Kate and start a family. It was revealed that at one point, Invincible will leave Earth and leave the Immortal in charge. In doing so, however, the Immortal grew distant from humanity and ruled the planet with an iron fist, but was ultimately stopped by Invincible, who ensured the timeline changed to prevent this future. Yosef, known by his alias Red Rush, was a Russian speedster and the first responder for the original Guardians of the Globe. His ability to perceive time far faster than the average human often made ordinary events feel agonizingly slow, leaving him easily bored. Little is known about Red Rush's origins or how he gained his super speed. Theories range from being born a mutant or a subject of Soviet genetic engineering to radiation exposure, possibly from the Chernobyl disaster, or even a one-in-a-million accident. Adopting a masked identity, Red Rush became Moscow's greatest crime fighter and a national hero. His name, inspired by his red costume and incredible speed, was translated by American media as Red Rush, a pun on his Soviet roots and relentless velocity. The color red also reflected the Soviet era's association with communism. He possessed superhuman speed, perception, durability, strength, agility, and stamina. Red Rush could run at supersonic velocities, making him nearly undetectable. He could also safely evacuate others and withstand extreme forces. At some point prior to the events of the show, he joined the Guardians of the Globe and married a woman by the name of Olga, telling her his secret identity as well. Tragically, his career was cut short when he was also betrayed and murdered by his ally Omni-Man. Alana, the second Green Ghost, succeeded an unknown male predecessor and became a member of the Guardians of the Globe. While little is known about her origins, she was a fashion photographer married to a man named Theo. Her transformation into the Green Ghost was triggered by ingesting a mysterious green amulet, which granted her incredible powers. When transformed, her facial features were obscured, and she could reduce her atomic mass to near zero, allowing her to pass through solid matter. She could also apply her powers to others through physical contact. Green Ghost could fly by mentally controlling her mass at a subatomic level, leaving a visible green energy contrail behind her. She reverted to her human form by regurgitating the amulet. Alana served with the Guardians until their betrayal and murder at the hands of Omni-Man. Aquarus was a hydrokinetic anthropomorphic fish and the ruler of Atlantis, an advanced undersea nation he governed alongside his wife, Queen Aquaria. Though the origins of their semi-humanoid race remain a mystery, Aquarus helped lead his people through dynamic and challenging times. Under his and the Queen's reign, the Atlanteans developed advanced technologies, such as matter transportation, which enabled them to defeat the Depth Dwellers and establish contact with the surface world. As a representative of his people, Aquarus joined the original Guardians of the Globe, serving as a peacekeeper and ally to the surface. Physically, he resembled a bipedal fish with blue skin, fins along his back and arms, and armor combining green, white, and yellow elements. As an Atlantean, he possessed adapted physiology, including amphibiousness, superhuman durability, and hydrokinesis. He could summon and manipulate water to create powerful streams. Despite his responsibilities, Aquarus seemed more interested in having fun with the Guardians. He was often neglectful of his people, leaving his wife to rule in his absence. Tragically, Aquarus was also killed by Omni-Man. Martian Man was an original member of the Guardians of the Globe and an exiled hero from Mars. Arriving on Earth in the 1970s, he adopted the role of a superhero, using his alien abilities to protect humanity. While many believed he was a superpowered human hiding his identity under the guise of a Martian, Martian Man publicly embraced his alien form, characterized by green skin and an elongated forehead. As a Martian, Martian Man's physiology granted him unique abilities. He could fly, shapeshift into elastic forms, and demonstrate superhuman strength and durability. However, he had weaknesses, including an exposed core that made him vulnerable. Martian Man's inability to control his core's movement during metamorphosis and his susceptibility to overexertion also put him at risk. Tragically, Martian Man's life was cut short when Omni-Man exploited his weakness, tearing out his central core and killing him. Shapesmith, a Martian superhero and member of the expanded Guardians of the Globe, possessed shape-shifting abilities that allowed him to transform into nearly anyone. He wore a blue and orange suit with an S emblem and a blue domino mask. In his true form, he resembled other Martians with green skin and large orange pupils. Born on Mars, Shapesmith longed to explore the stars. During Invincible's mission to save astronauts, he secretly attacked astronaut Russ Livingston, hitching a ride to Earth disguised as him. Unbeknownst to Shapesmith, Russ was left behind and infected by the Sequids, leading to a Martian invasion. Shapesmith, still impersonating Russ, lived among humans, struggling to blend in due to his naivety and poor understanding of human behavior. Inspired by Martian Man, he became a superhero and joined the Guardians. Though initially untrustworthy and immature, his cheerful demeanor and powers earned him a spot on the team. However, his dishonesty and negligence often endangered others. Spoilers, definitely spoilers. Keep that in mind. Shapesmith died during Robot's utopian purge when his core was crushed, despite pleading for his life. His actions and legacy remained a mix of heroism and catastrophic mistakes. Rudolph Rudy Connors is a human cybernetic superhero and former leader of the Teen Team. Born with a deformed body, Rudy operated robotic drones remotely from a life-sustaining pod. Tasked by Cecil Stedman to rebuild the Guardians of the Globe, he developed feelings for Monster Girl. Later, with the help of the Mahler twins, he cloned a new body using Rex Splode's DNA. After transferring his consciousness to the clone, the original Rudy accepted his fate and passed away. The cloned Rudy revealed his actions to the Guardians, surprising the team. Initially replaced by the Immortal as leader due to his inexperience, Rudy eventually regained the position. Robot possesses genius-level intelligence, expertise in engineering and robotics, and tactical expertise. He can operate robotic drones remotely and has created various inventions, including a transforming truck and a life support pod. To avoid major spoilers, Rudy Now Robot plays a pivotal role in future story arcs. Kate Chaw, known as Dupli-Kate, began her superhero career with the Teen Team before joining the new Guardians of the Globe. Despite her heroic image, she secretly feared for her safety, often relying on her duplicates to face danger while keeping her true self hidden in a secure location. Dupli-Kate's powers stem from a mystical curse placed on her ancestor, Warlord Feng Cha, by the Emperor of China over 200 years ago. The curse declared that the seventh generation after Cha's seventh grandchild would bear an unmanageable family, driving them to madness. This prophecy came true with Kate and her twin brother Paul. Their mother died during childbirth, leaving their father, Tsing Cha, to raise them alone. Overwhelmed by the multiplying toddlers, Tsing eventually lost his sanity, leading Kate and Paul to become foster children. As teenagers, Kate and Paul gained control over their abilities and began fighting crime. Kate's self-replication power allows her to create independently thinking and acting duplicates, telepathically linked to her. Additionally, she mastered martial arts, including Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. Eventually, she retired from heroics, married Immortal, and started a family, raising 2 children together. Amanda, known as Monster Girl, is a superhero cursed with the ability to transform into a large, troll-like monster. While this form grants her immense strength and durability, each transformation causes her to physically age in reverse, leaving her with the appearance of a young girl despite being 24 years old. Amanda was a bright student who graduated 2 years early from a prestigious school. During a class trip to Europe, she fell in love with a boy whose grandmother, a magic practitioner, disapproved of their relationship. After witnessing their intimacy, the grandmother cursed Amanda, tying her shape-shifting abilities to her aging process. Initially struggling to control her monster form, Amanda eventually mastered her transformations and began fighting crime under the alias Monster Girl. In her human form, Monster Girl is snarky and sarcastic, but a good team player. In her monster form, she is brutal and savage. Her powers include regenerative healing, supernatural durability, and strength. She is also vulnerable to beings with greater strength, such as Battle Beast, and her magical physiology makes it difficult for doctors to provide medical treatment. After leaving the Guardians of the Globe, she joined Robot, Rex Splode, and others to form a new team. Rex Sloan, also known as Rex Splode, is a human superhero with the ability to charge molecules with kinetic energy, turning objects into explosives. Originally a member of the Teen Team, he later joined the New Guardians of the Globe after Omni-Man wiped out the original roster. Rex's powers stem from a government experiment. As a child, he was sold by his impoverished family to a shadowy organization that enhanced him with his explosive abilities. After escaping, Rex sought out his family, only to find they had moved on without him. Determined to move forward, he joined the Teen Team and began a relationship with Adam Eve, which ended when he cheated on her with Dupli-Kate. Though initially hot-headed and reckless, Rex matured through his experiences with the Guardians. After losing his hand in a battle with the Lizard League, he received a cybernetic wrist with a built-in power blast. During the Invincible War, Rex fought against evil versions of Invincible. In a final act of heroism, he charged his own body with energy, turning himself into a bomb to defeat one of the evil Invincibles, sacrificing his life in the process. Marcus Grimshaw, known as Black Samson, is a longtime member of the Guardians of the Globe, though the origins of his powers and entry into the team remain unknown. He avoided the massacre by Omni-Man because his powers had stopped working prior to the attack, and he was focused on creating a suit to replicate his abilities. Unaware of his teammates' deaths, Samson later joined the reformed Guardians, using his power suit to contribute to the team. Samson's suit granted him super strength, invulnerability, and enhanced stamina, speed, and reflexes. During a battle with Battle Beast, Samson was severely injured and fell into a coma. Remarkably, his body healed itself, rejuvenating his powers stronger than before, eliminating his need for the suit. This temporary power surge even allowed him to defeat Omnipotous, though he later returned to his normal power levels. Spoilers, obviously spoilers. Despite his superhuman endurance, Samson was not invulnerable. He was ultimately killed by Robot during the latter's coup to seize control of the planet. Samson's journey highlighted his resilience and determination, but also the limits of his powers. Xandal Randolph, also known as Bulletproof, is a human superhero with the ability to absorb kinetic energy. This power fuels his superhuman strength, flight, and durability, making him a formidable member of the expanded Guardians of the Globe. Xandal grew up in a household where his twin brother Tyrone was favored for his academic pursuits, while Xandal embraced painting and a carefree lifestyle. Tyrone, obsessed with gaining superpowers, secretly used Xandal as a test subject for his experiment. The project succeeded, granting Xandal extraordinary abilities, but tragically disintegrated Tyrone in the process. Motivated by this loss, Xandal adopted the superhero persona of Bulletproof to fight crime and help others. He possesses decelerated aging, regenerative healing, and self-sustenance, enabling him to survive without food, water, or sleep when fully charged. However, his powers have limits. Overloading or depleting his stored energy can leave him vulnerable. After leaving the Guardians, Xandal briefly replaced Invincible, donning his costume to assist Adam Eve. Despite his heroic efforts, his impulsive behavior led to tensions, particularly after an inappropriate remark to Eve, resulting in his dismissal. Rachel, better known as Shrinking Ray, is a human superhero with the ability to shrink her body to various sizes. Once a solo hero, she was recruited into the New Guardians of the Globe after Omni-Man killed the original team. Ray joined following a rigorous tryout process. Ray's powers allow her to shrink to various sizes, from a doll to an ant. However, she cannot grow larger than her original size. Ray's abilities include escapology, hand-to-hand combat, and stealth. During a battle with the Lizard League, Ray, Rex, and Dupli-Kate faced tougher opponents. Ray incapacitated Salamander using her powers, but was swallowed by Komodo Dragon in an attempt to subdue him. Despite appearing lost, Ray survived and emerged when the fight ended. Due to her injuries, she was placed under intensive care by the GDA, beginning her recovery. In the comics, the character was killed after being devoured by Komodo Dragon, and the character is originally male, but was changed to female because Robert recognized that they did not have enough female characters. Darkwing II. Benjamin Taylor, originally known as Nightboy, served as the sidekick to the first Darkwing. Guided by Darkwing and the Guardians of the Globe, Benjamin was seen as a promising hero, driven to prove himself. After his mentor's death, he inherited the mantle of Darkwing, taking on the responsibility of protecting the crime-ridden streets of Midnight City. Darkwing VI wields the unique power to access the Shadowverse, a mysterious dimension he can enter and manipulate through surrounding shadows. He uses this ability to trap adversaries in a place only he can navigate. His training under the original Darkwing made him an expert hand-to-hand combatant, while an exoskeleton in his suit grants him enhanced strength, allowing him to challenge even beings like Invincible. Overwhelmed by the pressures of Midnight City, Darkwing II crossed a dark line, killing criminals to regain control. Confronted by Invincible, their battle ended with Darkwing surrendering and being reformed by Cecil Stedman to join the Guardians of the Globe. Despite his redemption, guilt over his actions lingered. A heartfelt conversation with Black Samson reassured him that his struggles had shaped him into a hero worthy of the Darkwing name. During the Invincible War, Darkwing II made the ultimate sacrifice, dragging an evil mark into the Shadowverse to save others. Though presumed dead for over a decade, he was later revealed to have survived, cementing his legacy as a resilient protector. Kid Thor, once a member of Capes Inc., later joined the Guardians of the Globe, proving his worth as a dedicated hero. In one alternate reality, alongside his ally Knockout, he helped rewrite a fractured future by aiding a trapped Invincible and sending him home, thereby averting catastrophic outcomes for their world. Kid Thor's lineage traces back to Norse times, when a Scandinavian blacksmith created a hammer for Thor, the thunder god, as a temporary replacement for Mjolnir. Impressed by the craftsmanship, Thor enchanted the hammer, ensuring only the blacksmith and his descendants could wield it. This heirloom eventually came into Kid Thor's possession, empowering him to fight crime. The enchanted hammer grants Kid Thor immense strength and the ability to combat foes far larger than himself. Remarkably, it can also resurrect him if placed in his grasp after death. However, the hammer is his lifeline. Its removal results in his death. To counter this vulnerability, Robot created specialized gloves to ensure the hammer remains with him. Kid Thor's heroism was tested during battles against alternate Invincibles, the villain Powerplex, and Robot's drones. In his final fight, after seeing Knockout slain by Robot, Kid Thor attempted retaliation. Robot destroyed his hammer, leaving Kid Thor presumed dead in the ensuing explosion. Knockout, formerly a member of Capes Inc., joined the Guardians of the Globe alongside Kid Thor. Her powers come from a pair of enchanted boxing gloves passed down through her family. These gloves originated during the Great Depression, when a supervillain known as the Boxer used them for invulnerability. After his death, a security guard stole the gloves, later using them to fight crime. Decades later, his granddaughter discovered the gloves, took on the mantle of Knockout, and became a superheroine. Joining Capes Inc., Knockout quickly rose in prominence. Pressured to enhance her appearance for better marketability, she wore prosthetic breast enhancements, but eventually stopped after her romantic partner, Kid Thor, encouraged her to embrace her natural self. Their bond deepened over time. After the crisis, she and Kid Thor were recruited by the Guardians of the Globe, where they flourished as a couple and became engaged. However, tragedy struck when the Mad God Thoth killed Kid Thor. Knockout, devastated, accidentally resurrected him by placing his enchanted hammer on his chest. This miraculous event solidified her desire to marry Kid Thor, vowing never to be apart from him again.